Hello, I'm Hope Logan. I am an actor on Bold and the Beautiful, and many people really love both me and our Bold and the Beautiful drama. So I've come here to share updates about my beloved Bold and the Beautiful. Everyone, please subscribe and support me. If you do, I will keep coming every day with new updates for you. In the week of June 15th to 19th, the world of the Bold and the Beautiful unfolds with rising pressure, emotional corners, and risky decisions that threaten to shake several lives. Tensions build as some characters find themselves trapped by promises they can't easily keep, while others push forward with bold moves that could either elevate them or destroy everything they've built. Across Los Angeles, secrets begin to spread like wildfire, and every choice feels heavier than the last, setting the stage for a week filled with confrontation, temptation, and uncertainty. For Remy Price, things take a complicated turn the moment he learns that Deke Sharp has joined the Logan Circle and is seemingly working closely with Hope Logan Spencer. In response, Remy makes a promise to stay silent, but that vow quickly becomes a fragile burden rather than a firm commitment. The pressure builds inside him, and the risk of him slipping up becomes dangerously real, especially when his cousin Melissa Dillon, who also shares a connection with Deke, enters the picture. One careless conversation could be enough to drag Melissa into a difficult position, forcing her to hide Hope's bold business move from the powerful Forrester family. To make matters even more uncertain, there's the lingering mystery surrounding Sheila Sharp's unseen roommate, raising the possibility that Remy himself might be under the same roof and unintentionally exposing secrets tied to Deacon Sharp's family. With Remy's history of troublemaking tendencies, the tension builds around the question of just how much chaos he might unleash next without even realizing it. Meanwhile, Will Spencer finds himself trapped in a completely different kind of dilemma. Bound by a promise made to Katie Logan Spencer, he is sworn to secrecy about Hope's Logan transfer, a secret that weighs heavily on him every time he looks at Electra Forrester. Unable to be honest with his girlfriend, Will struggles with the emotional strain of concealing something so significant that it directly impacts the Forrester legacy. At the same time, Hope and Deke continue pushing forward with preparations for the debut of their new fashion line, determined to make their vision a reality despite the brewing storm around them. In the background of this creative momentum, Katie begins standing her ground against Steffy Forrester Finnegan, refusing to be pushed around when it comes to decisions inside the fashion world of Forrester Creations. Katie also makes it clear that neither Steffy nor Brooke Logan Forrester holds authority over her choices, shutting down pressure from both sides as business tensions escalate into personal conflict. As Katie firmly rejects Steffi's complaints and questions, another emotional thread quietly grows in the background as Dylan and R.J. Forrester find their connection deepening, with undeniable sparks beginning to shape their relationship into something more intense and emotionally charged. As emotions rise across multiple storylines, the ripple effect of conflict spreads further, when Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester become increasingly involved in the ongoing clashes between their respective families. Their presence only intensifies the already fragile balance, leading to heated outbursts as Katie and Brooke continue navigating tense emotional and professional territory. Meanwhile, Wyatt Spencer shifts his focus toward a high-stakes mission of his own, determined to locate and deliver the authentic Hope for the future Diamond after previously showing Liam Spencer what turned out to be a copy. His goal is to restore excitement and credibility to Hope's fashion line, but uncertainty lingers in the air as questions arise about whether the diamond might carry a hidden curse, adding another layer of suspense to an already volatile situation. As the week unfolds, every storyline converges into a storm of revelations, confrontations, and emotional turning points, ensuring that no one escapes the consequences of the choices they've made. As these intertwined storylines continue to escalate, the atmosphere across Los Angeles grows heavier with every passing moment, as if every character is moving closer to an unavoidable collision. The emotional strain on Remy Price's shoulders becomes more pronounced, especially as his silence starts to feel less like protection and more like pressure building toward an eventual breakdown. Around him, secrets don't stay buried for long, and even the smallest slip could ignite a chain reaction that pulls multiple families into conflict. At the same time, Will Spencer's internal struggle deepens as he continues hiding the truth from Electra Forrester, and the weight of that deception begins to affect every interaction he has, making even simple moments feel complicated and fragile. On the other side of the fashion world, the rivalry at Forrester Creations intensifies as Katie Logan Spencer remains firmly unshaken, refusing to bend under Steffy Forrester Finnegan's pressure, while Brooke Logan Forrester's influence continues to loom in the background, adding even more emotional friction to an already volatile business environment. Every conversation feels like a test of loyalty, control, and emotional endurance, and it becomes clear that no alliance in this world is ever truly stable for long. Meanwhile, Wyatt Spencer pushes forward with his risky mission, determined to secure the real hope for the future diamond and deliver it to Liam Spencer, hoping to reignite momentum for Hope Logan Spencer's fashion line and restore the energy surrounding its future. But even as his intentions remain focused on success and stability, an unsettling uncertainty follows the diamond itself, as whispers of a possible curse cast a shadow over what should have been a moment of triumph. This lingering doubt only adds to the already charged atmosphere, where every victory feels fragile and every decision carries hidden consequences waiting to surface. As the week of June 15th to 19th moves toward its climax, the tensions between the Logans, Spencers, and Forresters tighten like a web about to snap, pulling everyone closer to confrontation, revelation, and emotional upheaval. And in true The Bold and the Beautiful fashion, the stage is set for explosive showdowns and shocking discoveries that will leave no relationship untouched, no secret safely hidden, and no character unchanged as the drama continues to unfold. As the pressure keeps mounting, the fragile balance holding these relationships together begins to crack in subtle but undeniable ways, setting off emotional tremors that ripple through every corner of their lives. Remy Price finds himself walking an increasingly dangerous line, where even his best intentions can no longer guarantee control over what might slip out next. The more he tries to stay silent about what he knows regarding Deke Sharp and Hope Logan Spencer, the more that silence turns into a kind of emotional trap, tightening around him with every passing interaction. Around him, trust becomes a fragile currency, easily lost and nearly impossible to regain once broken, especially with so many lives now connected to the same growing secret. Meanwhile, Will Spencer continues struggling under the weight of his promise to Katie Logan Spencer, feeling the emotional distance grow between himself and Electra Forrester, as honesty becomes the one thing he cannot afford, but desperately needs. Each moment he spends hiding the truth pushes him further into internal conflict, where love and loyalty begin to collide in ways he can no longer easily separate. At the same time, the battle lines at Forrester Creations become even more defined as Katie Logan Spencer stands her ground against Steffy Forrester Finnegan with unwavering determination, refusing to be pressured or controlled in any aspect of her decisions. The tension between Katie and Brooke Logan Forrester continues to simmer just beneath the surface as well, adding another layer of emotional complexity to an already fractured dynamic inside the fashion house. Every conversation becomes a silent struggle for influence, respect, and independence, and neither side shows any sign of backing down as professional disagreements begin bleeding into personal resentment. Amid this storm, Dylan and R.J. Forrester find themselves drawn even closer together, their connection deepening naturally as emotional walls begin to fall, creating moments charged with warmth and undeniable chemistry that contrast sharply with the conflict surrounding them. Yet even these softer moments feel fragile, as if they exist temporarily within a larger storm that could disrupt everything at any time. Elsewhere, Wyatt Spencer continues his determined pursuit of the hope for the future diamond, pushing forward with urgency as he tries to bring stability and excitement back to Hope Logan Spencer's fashion line. But the uncertainty surrounding the diamond refuses to fade, and the idea that it might be cursed lingers like a quiet warning in the background of every step he takes. That doubt transforms his mission into something more than just business. It becomes a gamble with consequences no one fully understands yet. And as all these threads tighten closer together, the week moves steadily toward inevitable confrontation, where secrets, loyalties, and ambitions will finally collide. In this world where every decision carries emotional weight, the coming moments promise not just drama, but turning points that could reshape relationships forever, leaving everyone to face the aftermath of choices that can no longer be undone. As the tension reaches its breaking point, the emotional undercurrents that have been building across every storyline begin to surge forward with unstoppable force, pulling each character closer to situations they can no longer avoid. Remy Price's silence, once meant to protect others, starts feeling like a ticking clock that could explode at any moment, especially as more people around him begin asking the kinds of questions he is no longer prepared to handle. The pressure of knowing about Deke Sharp's connection to Hope Logan Spencer continues to weigh on him, and every encounter feels like a potential slip that could expose everything. At the same time, Will Spencer finds himself increasingly cornered by his own promise to Katie Logan Spencer, as the emotional cost of hiding the truth from Electra Forrester grows heavier with each passing day. What once felt like a manageable secret now threatens to fracture his sense of honesty and loyalty, placing him in a position where every choice feels like a loss no matter what he decides. Across the city, the emotional distance between characters continues to widen, even as their lives remain deeply entangled in ways that make separation impossible. Within the walls of Forrester Creations, the conflict between Katie Logan Spencer and Steffy Forrester Finnegan escalates into something sharper and more personal, as neither woman is willing to yield in the ongoing struggle for control and respect. Katie's refusal to be pushed around becomes a defining stance, reinforcing her independence not only against Steffy, but also against the lingering influence of Brooke Logan Forrester, whose presence continues to echo through every decision and disagreement. Each confrontation adds another layer of emotional strain, turning professional disputes into deeply personal battles that expose old wounds and unresolved tensions. Meanwhile, Dylan and RJ Forrester find themselves increasingly drawn into a quieter but powerful emotional current, where their growing connection develops into something more intense and meaningful, filled with moments of vulnerability, warmth, and undeniable chemistry. Yet even as their bond strengthens, it exists under the shadow of everything unraveling around them, making their connection feel both beautiful and fragile at the same time, as if it could be disrupted by the slightest external shock. At the same time, Wyatt Spencer presses forward with his mission to secure the authentic hope for the future diamond, determined to correct what went wrong and restore confidence in Hope Logan Spencer's fashion line. But the uncertainty surrounding the diamond continues to cast a strange and unsettling shadow over his efforts, with rumors of a possible curse adding an almost supernatural tension to an already risky situation. What should have been a straightforward recovery instead becomes a high-stakes gamble, where success and disaster feel equally possible with every passing moment. As all these intertwined threads continue to tighten, the week moves toward a dramatic convergence, where secrets will no longer stay hidden and emotional confrontations can no longer be delayed. And in the world of the bold and the beautiful, that kind of pressure never fades quietly. It always erupts, leaving behind consequences that reshape everything in its wake.